welcome back to another video. Today we are going to put together some color combinations. I have done many videos where I have brought you different color combinations with many different pencil sets, but usually when I do those videos, I add a lot more to them and I make them more of a tutorial type video where I show you how to put colors together and I show you different blending techniques and things of that sort. So it doesn't allow me to really bring you a whole lot of color combinations. I usually get to maybe, I don't know, 1 or 2 color combinations and then show you how to do several different things with those color combinations. So this video is going to be a little bit different because it will enable me to be able to provide you with a bunch of different color combinations, leaving the tutorial part out of it. If you have a notebook where you keep all of your color combinations or a swatch notebook or something of that sort, feel free to pull that out and follow along with me. I'm hoping that this video, without the tutorial part of it, is just going to bring you a little bit of inspiration and ideas that you could add to your coloring pages. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So I went and made this little chart here for myself just so that I could have a place to keep my color combinations. So we're going to go ahead and start on the first one. And I've got a few colors here that look really great together. I have cadmium orange hue, orange, and deco peach. And I'm going to put these together and show you exactly what they look like. And again, I hope that you're following along while I do this so that you can have a bunch of new color combinations in your notebook or your swatch book or wherever it is that you keep your color combinations. I'm going to come back with a second layer of these colors. Look how beautiful this combination is together. And then this Deco Peach is a beautiful highlight color anytime you're using any type of oranges or pinks. I love that color. Now I purposely did this with just 3 colors for our color combinations because I know that there are a lot of beginner colorists that follow me and I don't want to make it too overwhelming. I want to make it specific to beginners who just want to create a beautiful coloring page or add these colors to their coloring page and create something beautiful without being overwhelmed with all of the colors. So that one was goldenrod. This one is Spanish orange. And this color is canary yellow, which is a beautiful bright yellow. Now I'm going to come back and I'm just going to go over these colors. So there's our goldenrod. Here's our Spanish orange. And if you're wondering what paper I'm using, I am using my Spring Hill paper. That's, again, my favorite paper. The next one is a really beautiful combination, and it's a little bit of a mix of colors. We've got some reds, and then we've got some oranges, and then we have a beautiful highlight color. So my first one is going to be raspberry. And the next color is going to be pale vermilion. A couple of these I'm going to try to mix colors together that you wouldn't normally think that you can mix together. And I'll start doing that as I get closer towards the bottom of the sheet. Just adding my second layer in here. And then another layer of the raspberry. When you're laying colors that are a little bit different from one another, you want to make sure that you lift up on the pressure of your pencil before you go into the other color, and then you should be able to get a really nice blend. And then make sure you come back with your lighter color and sort of just blend that in. And then if, of course, if you wanted to go back over the whole entire thing with your lightest color, you can do that as well to just sort of burnish everything out and bring it together. But since I'm just sharing color combinations today, and I said this was not going to be a tutorial, I'm not going to turn it into one. I really just wanted to bring y'all some beautiful color combinations. And I wanted to be able to get this video up today. And it's a lot of work when I sit here and, oh, that's pale vermilion, but it's a lot of work when I sit here and I do the whole filming of one video and then try to get the whole thing up in one day. And I've been doing a lot of that lately because it provides me with one day off in between to just sort of take care of my kids and do everything else that I need to be doing and spend time with my family. Okay, so the next one, this next combination you guys are gonna love. I was so excited when I put this together. Now, how many of you never really touch the fluorescent colors in your Prismacolor set? This one is going to use one of the the neon colors. I called it fluorescent, but neon fluorescent, it's the same thing. But I am going to be using the neon pink. So my first color in the combination is going to be mulberry. And then my next color in this combination is going to be hot pink. And the last one in this combination is going to be my neon pink. Look how cool that is. Can you imagine this on a flower? That would be just so pretty. And then our second layer, look how gorgeous that neon pink is. And I never use my neons, and I don't know, I really need to start using my neon colors. Now we're gonna use some reds and some pinks and mix some more of those together. I have magenta, which is a gorgeous shade of red. And then I have my pink. And then I have this pink rose, which is a gorgeous color and I love using for more muted highlight colors. And it really just, I don't know, it adds something to the pink because it's a much different, more muted pink. And I like using it a lot when I use my pink Prismacolor. And the two colors just blend together beautifully, and the tones or the undertones in both of these are so different that when they come together, I don't know, it just creates something really, really cool looking. But that's another really beautiful combination that I absolutely love. Now I have another one with reds, and then I have something to really brighten it up for you. So I have raspberry. I did already use this one up here, but I'm going to mix it with something else. So I'm going to use the raspberry as my darkest color. And now I have the carmine red. This is one of my favorite shades of red because it looks sort of like a watermelon-y color. And look what happens when you mix that right in there to the raspberry. It just makes a really gorgeous shade. And then I've got my salmon pink, which I am going to use as the highlight color. So I did this one sort of the same as I did this one, but here I used the pale vermilion, and then here I came in and I mixed it with the carmine red. So you can take, that's a really great idea. You can take some of your color combinations and then just replace one of the colors with something else, and it creates a whole different look. So you can use this as a basis and then just go back and change them up a little bit because look how different they look. when you've got the carmine red here as opposed to the pale vermilion. This keeps it much more orange, and then this just adds that pop of red. The difference between this carmine red and the salmon pink is just absolutely beautiful. It just really brightens up the color combination with that one change. So this is going to be another one that is going to be oranges, but I chose some colors that are a little bit more muted, and then I added a color just to give it a pop. So I've got mineral orange. So that was my peach. And then this would just brighten it up and make it really beautiful. And so this is my Deco Peach. And then we're just going to come back and go over it with another layer. So how about we move into some purples, and I'm going to show you a really cool purple combination that when you put it together, it's a little bit more muted and the highlight color is not necessarily so bright. And sometimes we need combinations like that for our coloring pages. So let me go ahead and share this one with you. This is my Parma Violet. This is my Lilac. And I usually add the lilac with this combination because the Parma Violet is a little bit more muted, as is this next color. This is my Gray Lavender. But I really just think these are so pretty together, and it looks really good together because you have this lilac that really helps to brighten it up, even though it is more of a muted color combination. This next one, we are going to use purples, and I am going to add a little pop of pink to it for the highlight color. So again, I'm using the Parma Violet for my darkest purple. And then I have lavender, which is a beautiful, beautiful purpley pink color. And that will bring us nicely into the color I'm using for my highlight, which is the Deco Pink. Look how gorgeous that combination is. Let me go ahead and come back over it one more time. They look so pretty together. So the next one is a little bit of a different mix of colors, and I'm going to use some of the colors I've previously used. It's going to be sort of a mix of a purpley red. I've got my Dahlia purple and then my lilac. So it's going to have some purple, some reddish purple, and then we're going to go into pink. So let's see how that looks. So this is the Dahlia purple. It's a purple with a lot of pink in it, or a little bit of red maybe. So we've got lilac here. And look how pretty those just flow right from one to the other. Look how beautifully they mix together. And then we're going to switch it up, and we are going to add our Deco Pink again to these colors. And then we're going to come back and we are going to lay another layer. And when you're going into colors that are a little bit different from one another, like I said earlier, make sure you sort of lift up on that pressure on your pencil when you come into that transition area. Let me go ahead and lay this one down, a second layer. And again, I'm going to lift it up, or lift up the pressure off of my pencil as I come down into this other color here. And then I'm going to come with a little harder pressure here, going into that color and pulling it down into the rest of where I have laid the Deco Pink. I think that's really pretty. So these look very similar. We used some of the same colors, but here we really just darkened it up and made it pop. Now we're going to move into some blues, and I've got my favorite indigo blue, and then for a bright pop I've got my cerulean blue, and then I have the light cerulean blue. So I've got both of those, and they blend together beautifully. And the indigo blue, you all know that that is my favorite shadowing color. I use it all of the time. I can't even count how many of those I have already been through already. This is a great combination to use if you want something that is really going to pop off the page, but you don't want it to be too light. And you're still getting that bright pop of color. These colors are just gorgeous. Let's go ahead and do another blue combination. For this one, I have Periwinkle, and this is going to be my darkest shade. The next color I have is Blue Slate. I love this color. It's a nice, beautiful, bright blue. And then to really brighten it up even more, I'm using my favorite blue highlight color, which is Sky Blue Light. And then let's come back and add a second layer of these colors. Look how pretty that is. Now, like I said earlier, you can come back and take this color combination or this color combination, and then you can just swap out one of the colors and change it up, and it will give you a whole new look. So this one was Periwinkle and Blue Slate. And my favorite highlight color for blues is my Sky Blue Light. Now you get in the Prismacolor set a few different light blues. You've got your Sky Blue Light, and then you have your Powder Blue, and you also have your Cloud Blue. Now I find that this Sky Blue Light is the brightest one. Some of these other ones are a little bit more muted in tone. I think that the Powder Blue is probably, that one is a little bit brighter as well. But the Cloud Blue, to me, that one is a little bit more muted. And so I only really use that one when I am trying to do like a cloud background or something, because it is just really, really perfect for that. Now I have a green combination for you, and this one I'm going to be using Parrot Green, which I believe has a little bit of blue in it. And then I've got my True Green, and the last one is going to be Gray Green Light. Let's see how these look together. So the first one is going to be the Parrot Green. I wanted to be able to do several different color combinations from different color families. And I wanted to be able to mix it up just a little bit like I did here, but it looks like I'm running out of space now, and maybe I'll have to do another video like this. Some of you have asked me, a lot of you have asked me if I can create sort of a workbook type thing with just all my favorite color combinations and put together a bunch of color combinations for y'all and sell it in an Etsy shop or something. If that is something that you would like to see, please let me know down in the comments below, because I would be glad to do that. And I don't know, I could sit here and I could look at the set and I could just pull colors and I just instantly put them together. I just sort of have the knack for doing that. And it just comes so easy to me. I could create color combinations all day long, every day, and I would be happy as anything. I love doing this. It's my favorite thing to do, is putting together color combinations. And then this was my Gray Green Light. I think we need another green combination because there's so many different shades of green in the Prismacolor set. So let's go ahead and get some more greens. Okay, y'all, this one is going to be very different, but it looks very pretty together. So I have the moss green and I have the lime peel, and then I'm going to add the Gray Green Light for a pop of highlight. This is so pretty together. Let's go ahead and lay down our moss green. Since I did these types of greens over here, I wanted to make sure I did another green with a different undertone to it, just to give you a couple different choices. And then this one is not a color that you can really hardly see, but if you were doing this on a leaf or something, when you blend these colors, the line peel into this color, they are just gorgeous. And this gray-green light here is really going to create that pop in your leaves. But I love doing leaves with mossier colors a lot because they're just really pretty. So I said I was going to do something that was a little bit different, and I'm getting towards the end, so I wanted to make sure that I added that in. But I have light aqua and light green and then pale sage, and I'm going to show you what these look like together, and this would be really, really beautiful for coloring a leaf. I know you all probably think, oh, adding teal to my leaf, that's kind of weird, but it's actually really not, and it looks beautiful. And I think that I have done some videos where I have added teal to my leaves. I've done a lot of videos where I've colored leaves and showed y'all different color combinations that you would never think to put together. But look how cool this is when it mixes together. It's very different, but once they come together in an object on a coloring page, they are going to look so pretty. And yeah, the pale sage is a little bit more muted, but it is one of my favorite colors to use for highlights. But look how pretty those are together, and they all have different undertones, but they still all mix together beautifully. And with Prismacolors, it is so easy to blend your colors together. Colors that you may think would have never gone together. Just be a little bit daring and put colors together that you wouldn't normally think would go together, and you will be really, really surprised. And then we have pale sage. And we have one last color combination. So for this last one, I'm going to use my teal type colors. So I've got the cobalt turquoise and my light aqua, and I'm going to show you how much by adding this sky blue light that I already used over here. I'm going to show you just by adding this color, how much you could just sort of brighten it up and create a highlight. And the difference between this cobalt turquoise, it is a very dark color. So the difference between this color that would be for your shadows and your mid-tone, which is very different from it but blends together beautifully. This is again my light aqua. And then once you come back and you add the difference of this sky blue light and pull everything together, look how beautiful that is. And I really think that would be gorgeous on something like a flower. So we had cobalt turquoise. Did I spell that wrong? I did. Should be O-I. Oh well. None of us are perfect, right? Okay, so light aqua and then my sky blue light. Look at all these gorgeous combinations. I'm so excited. Oh, I love putting together color combinations, y'all. This video had been suggested so much, and I just kept putting it off. I don't know. I just thought that the video was going to take too long, and I told myself if you just leave out all the tutorial parts of it and you just sit on camera and you just do a bunch of color combinations, then it won't take that long. So that's what we did today, and I hope that this inspired you all with a few more colors that you could add to your coloring pages. Make sure that you do follow along with this video and you put together these color combinations to keep in your swatch books if you didn't already while you were watching the video. There's some really gorgeous combinations here, and I tried to get a few from every different color family, and I don't know, y'all. I can go on and on and on. I could sit here and I could create color combinations for hours and hours and days and just never stop. There's so many combinations that you could get from your Prismacolor set, and it's just my favorite thing to do. If you would like to see me put together an entire workbook of nothing but color combinations, please let me know in the comments below, because I don't know, so many of you have requested it and you said that you would be willing to purchase things if I made an Etsy store available to y'all. So if that is something that you would like to see, I have other things coming up and other things that I'm working on, and I'm trying to come up with some other ideas to be able to provide you all with more content aside from just YouTube videos. I am going to be coming up with different things like private coloring classes, private online coloring classes. So if you're interested in that, please also let me know in the comments below. But I have a few different things in the works now that I have finished the one big project that I was working on. So if there's anything that you all would like to see, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. I hope y'all have a fabulous day. Happy coloring. Bye.